During a recent business trip to New Mexico, I had the chance to see a few sights around the city of Albuquerque before work began. Santa Fe steam locomotive number 2926 was built by the Baldwin Locomotive Works of Philadelphia in 1944 and served the railroad faithfully in passenger service until being retired in 1955. It was donated to the city of Albuquerque and sat rusting away in Coronado Park until New Mexico Heritage Rail bought the locomotive for only $1 in the year 2000. Following 20 years of restoration work and some $4 million of funds raised, the engine has become an operating fixture in the city of Albuquerque, making appearances at special events. The 2926 had only operated a few weeks prior to my visit for the 100th anniversary of Route 66 in Albuquerque. The locomotive is next expected to be operational toward the end of September for the annual New Mexico Railroad Days event.
Giant tender to go with it. Now this tender, the oil is in the front part. You can see the bump up right there. 7,170 gallons of that thick bunker oil were stored in the front. 24,500 gallons of water were stored in the rest of it. The brake stand is actually out of a diesel engine. The original system sucked, and we couldn't get parts for it. So one of our brake guys, there's a big open spot, or was, down under the seat here. And he says, I can put in a diesel engine brake system. And he did. So one of the handles runs the brakes of the train, and the other one, the brakes of the engine. They're separate. The engine brakes, when you apply it, they squeeze down and stop the, slow down the wheels, just like on your car or your truck. But the cars of the train is the opposite. It's a Westinghouse system. So the air holds the brake shoes open. Then if the air line gets cut, or there's an accident or some sort, all the brakes will set up.
Safety feature.
Yeah, it's a safety feature. Now the throttle has been pulled way out. Well, the way that thing's pulled out, we must be roaring down the track.
If we had steam, sure.
Yeah, you pulled it this way to go. Now, we had cruise control. 1944, look at those ratchets. See, he could set the speed what he wanted and just leave it. And then, of course, it would vary going up and down hills.
Right.
But it's kind of a primitive speed control. Now, that little handle way back in there is called a Johnson bar. If the engineer wants to back up, he pulls the handle this way, and the engine goes into reverse.
Yeah, also has
It has help.
ratchets.
We'll show you down below what it does to help. Okay, we have the whistle. All right. We've got the control for the diesel engine. That's the diesel engine. Show them how tough this one is.
Forward, reverse, neutral. That's the speed. That's really tough. I bet even he could do it.
I could even do it. Then this box here is part of the PTC. Now, I know that bright light's in our eyes, but If you look up there on top, there's a great big box. They just put that big box up there. That's going to have the GPS satellite equipment in it for us to have positive train control.
Cool. It's like a fireplace.
Now, believe it or not, once a year, guys got to climb in there and scrub it.
Yeah, you can see the
Does he go through that hole there?
what do you call it? The
Yeah.
you can see the
Not
thermic
just-
siphons in there, which are the
Where you-
Yeah.
the circulators.
No way.
I get out of that job too because I get stuck.
Yeah.
I think I've been there.
Yeah, I need to go.
When they made the very first engine, when it was brand new at the factory, the guys in the suits crawled in there, they stuck in a skinny table, and they had a board meeting. But you know, you can imagine a ball of material.
Yeah.
And they put some kerosene or some kind of oil on it. They light it, throw it in, and it's got to land on the oil, or if they miss, they got to do it all over again. Yeah. So it lands on the oil. Does it go kaboom? No. It starts burning really slow. So the fireman grabs the door,
Tries not to slam it shut.
tries not to slam it shut, puts a great big bolt on it, tightens it down. Okay, so now 5.5 hours later, we have enough steam to move, and we can actually start moving. So,
And you wonder why we switched to diesels.
so now we're going down the track, and the engineer says, we are 20 minutes late. We need to step on it. So he hits a control over there, which raises the chimney up 4 feet in the air, making more air draw through the engine, making it run hotter. Then he sands the firebox. Behind you guys is a sandbox. He takes a scoop and scoops up some sand, opens up the little peak hole, puts it right there. He steps on this pedal to shut off the air from down below, forcing the fire to suck air through that little hole.
So it's not blowing smoke back out.
Right. It's going the other way. Now, it sucks that sand right in there. That sand is flying all over inside of there. Why in the heck would you put sand in there? Anybody know?
Yes. To scour the inside of the tubes because there's carbon buildup in there.
You're getting soot all over on the pipes, and soot acts like an insulation, so it's cleaning the soot off the pipes, making them run even hotter.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready?
All right, you on video?
Sure am.
All right, here we go. As we near the end of the tour, one of the volunteers is draining excess oil out of the mechanical lubricators, ready for reuse.
And they had to put their oil cans out, and they had to oil all these parts. Well, this thing's a monster. It's too big for that. So that's a Nathan automatic oiler. And when the engine's running, that thing's pumping oil to 64 different places. But the crew
The up-close tour was a great look at 2926, and I hope to return to Albuquerque to see her in operation in the near future. If you'd like to support New Mexico Heritage Rail's efforts, visit them online at www.2926.us. On the way to our next adventure, my coworkers decided to stop at a fast food chain known as Twister's. But this location was famous for being in the popular TV series Breaking Bad as the chicken restaurant Los Pollos Hermanos. There's homages to the TV show all throughout the restaurant, including a cutout of the main character Walter White posed in one of the windows. Our next stop was a private estate known as Ironstone Farm, which was having a historic machinery festival. My friend Anthony, who volunteers at this historic farm, is operating a mineshaft engine that came out of the Comstock lode of Nevada.
right? Yeah. She goes, oh, that's pretty cool.
It's so quiet.
It's very quiet.
With the departure of the Alice Chalmers steam tractor, we say goodbye to the folks at Ironstone Farm.